I allowed you to talk enough to know that you understand this, and you're talking a circle to maintain your qualified immunity. You need to keep the Constitution alive, mother. You're a piece of shit for the little circle to play. You come and write my citation yourself tomorrow. I want you to come write my citation tomorrow.
If you ever wondered what would happen if calm, unflinching intelligence confronted peaceful, stupid tyranny, this video is for you.
So if you ask them why I'm trespassed from here, they'll say that I disobeyed a reasonable directive from the library. They're skipping the first step on that, and the directive was that I can't stand in here and express myself under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. So they're issuing an unconstitutional directive with an unconstitutional trespass. And so if you act on that unconstitutional trespass, all of you guys are going to find yourself in a First Amendment lawsuit for violating my First Amendment right now, and also a Fourth Amendment for an illegal search and seizure, because it's going to be unconstitutional what you're doing. Likewise goes with any citation that you issue for that. So you might want to talk to them and find out why exactly I'm banned from here. This is totally different than if I was running around in here with a horn and a drum and beating and everything, and they said, get out of here, and I said, no, f you. This was me standing silently, like you just tried to get me out of here for, standing silently. That's a violation of my First Amendment right. They cannot criminalize my First Amendment. They cannot take any of our constitutional rights and criminalize them, and that's precisely what they've done, and that's precisely what you all would be enforcing. Are you clear on that? Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're not a lawyer, so you can't understand that their ban is based on something unconstitutional, so you're just going to go ahead and issue a citation and send somebody for the ride.
Welcome back to the Here's the Deal channel. On June 26, 2025, the dreaded rabble-rouser and Lawrence Accountability visited the Lawrence Public Library in Kansas in order to attend a Constitution Alive class, not unironically with a sign that reads, "Keep the Constitution Alive." Now, what you need to know is that 3 months prior to this, Justin, the dreaded rabble-rouser, had been issued an unconstitutional ban for standing silently inside this library displaying a message. The library now has posted on their door that they will not permit, quote, free speech activities inside the library, including holding or carrying signs, distributing literature, and panhandling, among other activities. Justin makes his way through the library to peacefully take his seat in the Constitution Alive class. And in a very short period of time, the police who are supposed to be protecting and defending Justin's constitutional rights show up.
I'm David, and I came to learn more. I learned about this Republican hating. So I went to regional.
You guys might see the First Amendment in action right now, guys. You're in for a front row seat right here.
Who did what?
Yeah, Jesus, really.
Hey, Justin. You come speak with us now?
For what?
Huh?
For what?
Why?
Yeah, for what?
You realize you're interrupting a constitutional class.
So I need you to come and talk to us right now, okay?
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm not trespassing.
Well, you are. Because
No, I'm not.
So there was history that you've been marked as a trespassing person in this place until.
What am I trespassing for? What am I trespassed for?
I don't know why you were trespassing in the past.
Go find out. Go find out what's important, because that's what's unconstitutional about it. It's very important that you find out what it is.
Look at the response. Is there really 4 of them here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and hear what they're saying. This is incredible. So yeah, y'all knuckleheads are about to interrupt a class on the United States Constitution. You guys are about to interrupt a class on the United States Constitution to continue a constitutional violation.
So that's what we're figuring out?
Yeah, you better figure it out.
Is this a group where he's invited to be here?
You're damn right he was invited to be here.
Perfect. That's all I needed to know. You guys enjoy your day.
Who's running the class? Who's running the class? Can we
Can I
talk?
speak with you real
Just
quick?
real quick.
Well, I just want to make sure, was Justin invited to this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's
You guys
invited.
have fun.
He registered.
Enjoy this little conference,
All right,
okay?
thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll explain that to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and accompany you the rest of the way out and make sure I see how the rest of this plays out, because this is a load of crap that you guys would interrupt a constitutional class to attempt to violate somebody's constitutional rights. We're about sick of you guys. Don't say anything. It's not going to help you to say anything to me. Just keep walking.
Okay. Well, I can explain things to you.
Officer, what the heck's going on?
What's
What the heck's going on?
So, you have been issued a criminal trespass warning for this establishment a while back. And then, since you were in the facility, they called a trespassing again on you. Our understanding, what we've communicated to them, is if you are invited to the public or private meeting, it's okay.
Really?
And that's based on whoever's running the meeting within the establishment. So that's why I spoke with the person running the meeting. They said, you're good. That's why we're leaving.
Okay, well, now I'm just standing here now.
Does that make sense?
Now I'm standing here.
Okay.
I'm not at that meeting anymore.
Okay. Then
I'm standing here.
okay. Then we'll address that.
Yeah.
So Justin had been issued a criminal trespass warning, but since he was invited to the Constitution Alive class, he could stay. But now that he's no longer in the class, but chooses to peacefully hold a sign and walk around, and remember the sign says, "Keep the Constitution alive," well, now the cops have gotten directives to reactivate the trespass. Everybody who watches this knows that this is a bunch of BS that could be easily solved by the cops simply by them honoring their oath and letting Justin exercise his rights. But what do you want to bet they're not going to do that?
Hey, Albert, before you go anywhere, make sure you understand, if you're going to say he can be here but he can't be here, think about that for a minute before you actually say it.
Right.
Okay, have at it.
So you need to either attend the meeting or leave the property.
What's going to happen if I don't leave?
You'll be issued a citation. So you
Citation
still
for what?
Currently have a trespass warning for this facility until June 30th.
A citation for what?
Criminal trespassing.
All right, are you able to be reasoned with right now so I can explain this to you, why that's an issue for all of you guys that showed up here? What's the reason for the trespass? Did you ask them why I'm trespassing from here?
You were trespassed a few months ago?
Yeah, why am I trespassing from here?
I don't know what happened a few months ago. I just know that you've been issued a criminal trespass warning.
All right, well, the reason for it is very important because it's the difference between being trespassed for something that's not a constitutionally protected activity and something that is a constitutionally protected activity. So if you ask them why I'm trespassed from here, they'll say that I disobeyed a reasonable directive from the library. They're skipping the first step on that, and the directive was that I can't stand in here and express myself under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. So they're issuing an unconstitutional directive with an unconstitutional trespass. And so if you act on that unconstitutional trespass, all of you guys are going to find yourself in a First Amendment lawsuit for violating my First Amendment right now, and also a Fourth Amendment for an illegal search and seizure because it's going to be unconstitutional what you're doing. Likewise goes with any citation that you issue for that. So you might want to talk to them and find out why exactly I'm banned from here. This is totally different than if I was running around in here with a horn and a drum and beating and everything. They said, get out of here. And I said, no, fuck you. This was me standing silently, like you just tried to get me out of here for, standing silently. That's a violation of my First Amendment right. They cannot criminalize my First Amendment. They cannot take any of our constitutional rights and criminalize them. And that's precisely what they've done. And that's precisely what you all would be enforcing. Are you clear on that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I hear what you said.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
It's the difference between this establishment wants you to be trespassed.
You cannot criminalize a constitutionally protected activity. That's the issue that you would find yourself in. My constitutional rights are protected to stand in here. This is a designated public forum. This is a designated public forum. But you see that guy's shirt? He's got something written on his shirt right there. They can't tell him you're out of here for that. I got something written on my shirt. This is what I was out of here for. writing on a sign, not harassing people, not beating a drum. And they said, get out of here. And I said, fuck you, I'm not leaving. This is, you, Justin, are not allowed to stand silently in here with your message, so you have to leave. They cannot do that. It's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. I'm suing them for it right now.
That's an ongoing lawsuit?
Yep.
And he's invited to be here tonight.
Yes,
That's what we said. He's going to meeting room. We were asking him.
Yeah, well, I'm out of the meeting room now.
As we're asking, we're going to return the meeting room. We're leaving.
So he can only be in one room?
Whatever room they reserved for him to invite him to be.
What if he has to go to the bathroom?
But I've made it crystal, yeah, that's a good question. I forgot about that. But I've made it crystal clear to you guys that you would be enforcing an unconstitutional trespass directive from them. You
How does
find
he
yourself
get
in
to
trouble.
that room? He had to
find
traverse
yourself-
this space to get to
I'm
that
just
room.
asking, are you going back to the meeting?
I may not. It's
I
a
would-
public library. I
I
might
would
just
pose
kind of
that
walk
you-
around. I don't know.
I would pose that if you guys hadn't interrupted a constitutional education class, he might still be sitting in that classroom like you'd like him to be.
Yeah, they straight up. Was it you? It was the other guy. It was the other guy said that I was out of there. I was trespassed. Trespass. Turns out I wasn't.
Tell you what,
Trespass.
you're trespassed from the library till the 30th, but if you're invited to a public forum or a meeting that they're having, then you're allowed to be in there, because they've invited you into that meeting space that they've rented.
Okay. Well, I'm not in there right now.
That's what we're asking.
Yeah, I'm not in there right now.
Okay. So outside, guys.
Hey guys. So I'm really not liking the way this policy is about somebody silently standing with a sign. I'm going to go around and let you guys know that I'm going to go up there and do it. Whichever one of you wants to do whatever you need to do. I don't know that it necessarily should be him because he's the new guy. I'll let a couple more people know as I go up, but not trying to do it in an offensive way, but this has got to be changed. Okay. Thanks. Hey man, you probably know about this whole policy about standing with a sign. I'm just wanting to let you know that I'm going to go up there and stand with a sign if you guys need to do what you need to do. So I'm going to go over here and stand with this. You do what you need to do, man.
Hello. My name's John. I'm the facilities manager here. At the moment, you're violating our free speech activities guidelines. Would you be willing to put the sign away or take it back to your car? Are you able to understand me? Do you need help? Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead. I realize I'm being recorded, so you can review this at a later time. If you're unwilling to put the sign away, I am going to have to ask you to leave. Is there any understanding? Do you understand what I am saying? I will take that as a yes, but if you don't leave, I will be forced to call the police to see if they can have you removed from the building. Okay? All right, sorry.
What's both tragic and hilariously ironic about this is that John, the facilities manager, is telling a guy with a sign that he's violating the library's unconstitutional free speech guidelines by holding his sign, while John, the facilities manager himself, is displaying his own sign on his shirt for Marion Milling, which is a local flour mill in Kansas City. I think people like this have lost the capacity to understand or even perceive their own hypocrisy.
Hello. You are currently trespassed from the building, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
So anyways, this is a protest. John, would you say that that's a protest right there?
Are you willing to leave the library?
Would you say that's a protest right there?
Are you willing to leave the library? I will take that as a no. As long as do you feel you understand me?
What are you saying I'm trespassed for, John?
You were trespassed by the police less than 3 months ago.
For what?
I believe you already know that. So,
You just asked me if I understood.
if you understood my words that you need to leave
What do I need to leave for?
because you're trespassing, this is very circular.
Just tell me what I'm trespassed for.
For us having to call the police to have you removed.
And for what reason?
So, we will move
Because
on
you know
from
what the
there.
reason is, John. What's the reason? So what's the issue? What's your name? I can't see with you.
Oh, Officer Hanson, sir.
Hanson, what's the issue here?
Well, essentially we're being called that you're trespassing, but we have our sergeant who was over here last time. Obviously, Officer Elwood was talking with them in there. We're just going to get this all figured out, okay?
Where's the sergeant at?
Oh, she's on. She is on.
Okay. And her name is, what is that?
Sergeant Fogarty.
Fogarty.
She was the one that was standing next to me while we were here last time.
Yep. And so what did the library say was the issue?
So I think like how we previously stated, since you're not currently in that meeting, you're still trespassed until the 30th.
Hanson, would you arrest me if the library directed you to here in a little bit?
I don't think our intentions at all coming back here are to arrest you. Like I said, also that's not necessarily my call. The officer that went in here, he's the primary officer for this incident. So that's more directed towards him, also directed towards my sergeant. So that's just kind of where we're at with that. But
So that's a yes, you would.
well, I never said that.
You didn't say no either.
Well, I would say this: if there's means to, then yes. But as of right now, we're still trying to just figure out all of the facts of what's going on.
What do you think? You were here earlier when I was breaking it down of what exactly the issue is.
So you being in that meeting, and that's what I was trying to tell the other officers. You being in that meeting, you're totally fine.
I'm totally fine no matter what, and that's what I was trying to break down to you out there. But what all does that factor into any of what you're looking at this situation right now? How I specifically said that the reason why they're saying that I'm banned and that they're saying that I'm trespassing is because of what they would say is I didn't follow a reasonable directive of the library, but they skipped the first step, and that reasonable directive that they told me was an unreasonable directive because they said that I'm not allowed to express myself in here standing silently with a sheet of paper, cardboard, blank cardboard, a flag. I'm not allowed to do that stuff. They're skipping that part, and the reason why they're skipping that part is because they can't tell me to leave here under a constitutionally protected activity. Now, I was trying to differentiate. If I was running through here with a drum and beating it, and they said, get out of here, and I said, fuck you, I ain't leaving, there you go. But standing silently, sometimes even with just a shirt that has a message on it, that's a constitutionally protected activity. This is a designated public forum. They don't have the authority to tell me to leave for those reasons. And so if they want to enact a trespass on that and you're going to enforce that trespass, that's an unlawful arrest. That's an unlawful beginning of a criminal prosecution. And what makes it unlawful is that it all stems back from a constitutionally protected activity.
Hanson, the question is, do you have the fortitude to resist an unlawful arrest?
Well,
do you have the
my understanding.
Let him talk.
Well, so my understanding, as where we're at with so far, is there was some policy that the library has, and just hear me out.
That's very important that you know which policy.
I know, and yep, and that's just there's something that you broke, in which way or the other.
Say that again.
In which way or the other.
Oh, the policy got broke. Is that what you're saying?
That's what they're leading us to believe. I'd have to relook at the policy in length. Alvord, he's the one who was more knowledgeable about the policy, but you know, I'm all for people having their First Amendment right to freedom of speech. That is something that I will agree with. But apparently, the whole reason that these issues have happened and why there is a trespass warning on you for here is that there was a policy, regardless which way or the other, that had been broken. Now, like I said, he's going to have more information because he's talking with them in there. Like I said, my sergeant, who's a little bit more informed on the whole scope of what's happening, is going to have more information. Like I said, I was asked to just assist and come and
Well, if you assist in that arrest, then you'll be named in a lawsuit, without a doubt. Okay. Without a doubt.
He may not look like it, but Officer Hansen is a dangerous person because while he may say,
I'm all for people having their First Amendment right to freedom of speech. That is something that I will agree with.
he doesn't agree with the words coming out of his mouth. And we know this because as soon as Hansen gets the directive to put his hands on and cuff a person who's exercising their rights, he'll do it without hesitation. That's just what order followers do.
I would really like you to, before you get into the middle of this, when they come back out, whatever it is, find out what exactly from them specifically they're saying that their reasonable directive for me to stop doing was.
I am for sure that will be relayed to you in one way or another. If it's from me,
I'm saying for your own good.
No, I
for
got
your
you.
own good.
I got
You need to understand what exactly their quote unquote reasonable directive is, because it's not reasonable, it's unreasonable. A reasonable directive would be, hey, stop beating that drum in this library. An unreasonable directive is stop exercising your First Amendment right to stand silently with a message. That's an unreasonable directive. Therefore, the trespass, the ban, does not stick. Okay. Nice to meet you guys.
Have a good night.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully.
It was kind of an introductory.
Yeah, we're dealing with these guys here, so.
You'll get more
We're
from us
getting,
in here in a few minutes.
yeah, we're doing our own First Amendment up here. Yep, here they come.
Really?
They're saying that's not allowed.
That's not allowed?
Yep, that's not allowed. That's why I'm banned from here. Same thing.
The foundation of our country is not allowed?
The police might try to kick me out for this. Hey, you might hang around long.
I wish.
It'll be on social media if they do.
Okay.
It'll be on social media.
Thank you.
Way.
Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. We'll be praying for you. God bless you guys.
Okay, here we go. Judge, jury, and executioner time. Here we go. Our fate is up to Alford and Brumley, or whatever her name is.
Okay, Justin. You have been trespassed from this facility, so I need you to leave.
What's going to happen if I don't leave?
You will be issued a citation for criminal trespassing.
What does that mean?
You will be issued a citation to go to court.
So will I be arrested?
No, it will be a ticket.
Okay. What all did you guys discuss back there that led you to do that?
We watched video of you leaving the meeting at 7 o'clock.
Okay. That's
so,
it?
Which shows me that you're not attending the meeting. So,
Did you understand anything that I told you earlier when we were talking about the reason why that the ban is in place is an unconstitutional ban? And so you're enforcing something that's unconstitutional. Did you listen to any of that?
Justin, I need you to leave the building.
Are you listening? Are you listening to anything that I'm saying? Why are you only listening to what they're saying?
Technically, right now, the library is closed, so we will leave of our own free will, but we'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. You were trespassed for 3 months, and you're extended trespass for 6 months until December 30th.
6 months? Yeah, for shit.
We'll be back tomorrow. If you guys are willing to write those citations and act on them, because there's been no law broken, and you guys know this. If there was a reason that you could have acted like this, then you would be issuing the other part, like some kind of disruption that might have happened if you think that happened.
Yeah,
But
it's per their policy, their behavior policy.
And there's been no behavior involved.
What policy did I violate then? That they said I violated?
What specific
Hold on,
policy
Mike.
did I violate?
The sign.
The sign.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have no signs whatsoever in your library?
So he's got a 3-month ban for holding that? He's got a 3-month ban? You're okay with that, Alfred? You're just going to do what they tell you to do? He's got a 3-month ban.
It's based on their authority.
So
That's not constitutional.
No, you're putting
he hasn't
your
done
authority
anything.
behind it.
Yeah, he hasn't done
As
anything.
we're issuing a criminal trespass, we're just going to ask you to leave.
Okay. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow for
Okay,
sure.
understand.
Because this is not going to be criminalized. You understand?
I can hear what you're
I
saying.
hope you guys are willing to stand behind this. The
We're gonna
library is
ask
closed.
you to
I will
down.
leave of my
I
own
appreciate
free
it.
will. How do you think this is going to work out?
All the criminal trespass, the issue, I've asked you guys to leave and you're willing to leave on your own.
And then oh no, you didn't. Wow.
Oh, we're not leaving on our own. We're no. Hold on a second. No. We are no. We're leaving because we're under.
You're willing to leave on your own.
No. I'm leaving under threat of a criminal trespass from you assholes. Then he can leave, but I'm leaving under threat of criminal trespass from you assholes.
The library's closed.
No. I'm leaving under threat of criminal trespass from these motherfuckers. Yep.
There are more people.
What is the reason for the ban, Riggs?
I don't know.
Exactly. And so
There's your problem.
they would say that it's for disregarding a reasonable directive of the library, but that directive was that I'm not allowed to stand silently in the library.
Yeah.
That's called unconstitutional. They're violating my rights. And by you enforcing that policy, you're enforcing an unconstitutional directive.
Well,
Do you understand that?
This can happen in court, and a judge can make that determination. That's our decision.
So why do you side with them?
Because that you were banned. It's
But
been
I
logged,
just
you've been
explained to
warned
you
not
that
to
the ban is
not remember the
null
part
and
of your
void.
oath that talks about defending
I
rights?
know my oath.
No, you don't.
Did it
You have
not
no
talk about
idea.
defending rights?
I appreciate it.
Did it?
You have no
talk about
idea.
Defending rights.
So, I mean, you guys can go to court, and a judge can make a determination as to whether or not your rights were
Well,
violated, or whether or not you
we're
were
not going to
trespassed.
court yet, but we'll see how you guys react to this tomorrow. Whether you're going to come in and use the law, use force to enforce unconstitutional policies. Understand that,
If you
right?
say that you're going to come here and trespass, then we'll come here and deal with your trespass.
No, I haven't been trespassed.
No, we didn't issue a trespass.
No, ma'am, I haven't been trespassed.
So
I left
you're-
of my own
so it
free
sounds
will.
like you've been
You're also
trespassed.
issued a critical trespass.
No, I mean, you're banned.
Oh,
You're banned.
a
So you're
ban.
issued a ban.
That's
You're
the
not
trespass.
You're
That
banned.
it's the same thing.
And
It's
so
a
you come back
trespass.
tomorrow, then it'll be trespass. I'll ask you to leave.
Okay.
If you don't leave, then
So,
you NTA.
well, I'm back on the property.
We can get you an NTA. I mean, you guys just want to go to court and
I'm back on the property.
Why do we have to go to court over this? You can't look at something that says it's not a reasonable directive to say a citizen can't stand silently in the library. You think that that's okay because the library says that?
The library bans people occasionally when they...
Right, for things that are not constitutionally protected activities. So, for example, if I went into the library and I had a trumpet and I just started running around in there blowing it and they said leave and I said, fuck you, I'm not leaving. Yes. Standing silently? No. What would be the basis for them doing that,
But
Riggs?
standing silently after you've been banned, I don't know why you were banned, and you can
That's
make that
the
argument
issue.
later.
That's I'm
Maybe
telling you what it is.
prevail.
I'm trying to educate you so you don't find yourself in a lawsuit as well.
Well,
Is that the reason the ban is in effect is because of standing silently with messages, which is a violation of my rights. It's a violation of free speech. You certainly would understand that, right?
I understand the premise that you're talking about.
Right.
yes.
So by you
But
enforcing
when
that
we're-
is an unconstitutional ban.
well,
It's
we-
an unconstitutional trespass
We
order.
can't go back in history and look at all of that stuff. I don't know why.
The
you
hell
banned.
we
I know-
can't.
Yeah,
That
just
I've
like
been
the last
trying.
person
I
that got
told
trespassed from here. I don't
Fogarty.
know.
Yeah, exactly. I told It's important. I told Fogarty. And I told all of her minions, all of your minions that came here. I said, ask the library specifically why I was banned because that's the key piece of information. And for you guys just to be like, I don't know why you're banned. I'm just going to enforce it.
That'll
just
be
ask
great for
them.
you to present
Just
to
ask
court
them.
later.
I'm
So-
presenting it to you
I'm not
so that
the
you can
judge.
go in there and well, you certainly are enforcing that as if you are a judge.
Sure, we hand you a piece of paper.
You're
and say,
saying that they're right and I'm wrong. You've made the decision that they're right and
no.
I'm wrong.
We're
Yeah,
saying
I've explained to you
they're-
what the issue
they're
is. They
saying
haven't even done that.
They're saying you committed a crime. You're saying you're not.
They're saying I committed a crime. What crime did they say I committed?
Trespass.
They're
then
saying
you
I
get
committed a
to-
trespass.
So then you get a right to a trial.
Listen,
and
the
judge will
reason
determine
why-
In order to have a criminal trespass off public property, you have to have an underlying element. That underlying element is the underlying crime that you need to articulate reasonable suspicion for. In this case, you
They don't have
an
it.
unconstitutional
They don't have it.
policy, not RAS.
They don't
for-
have.
for a violation.
There's no
about a
reason for them to-
trespass order, because in order again to trespass from publicly owned property, you have to have an underlying crime. This idea that you've got in Bishop's head that trespassing from the library, City Hall, Douglas County is just like Target and Walmart is dead wrong, and you guys should know this.
No, I get that there are different. There's
So you're
different
going to need
elements.
an underlying crime, not just a policy,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's our problem tomorrow when I'm standing there with this. There is no crime to this.
If they've banned you,
They
and if you
can't
come there,
ban me
they
for
can-
They
constitutionally
banned him for
protected
standing with
activity.
this. They banned him
They
for standing with
cannot
this, Rich. They
ban
didn't
me
ban him for yelling or
constitutionally
doing it,
protected activity.
standing there.
You're oblivious to that, man, really?
if it has been documented that the person in charge of this property says that you're not allowed to be here, and we've documented that on their
For
behalf.
any reason?
for any reason.
No,
For any, not on
so,
public property.
so no
sir.
blacks?
No.
No blacks?
So no blacks, right?
We don't have any prevailing
Answer that one,
issues
Riggs.
that tells us that it's not lawful for them to ban you from the property.
The
So
First Amendment.
No gays?
you can go have that.
Can they ban gays?
You might prevail, but that's for a judge
Riggs,
to determine.
Riggs, hold on a second. Riggs, if they said no gays, you'd enforce that?
Yeah.
You just said they can ban you for any reason.
No, I'm saying that it's not up to us on what their reasonings are. If they have
Right.
rules that they have, that they
And they say no gays.
So if
they say no gays,
and they want you to trespass a gay guy just
You do
because
it.
he's gay, are you going to issue him the trespass?
if they would have said, we want you to trespass this guy because he's exercising his First Amendment speech, we wouldn't ban you for that. But,
Oh, okay.
they said, we want that person banned. I don't know why. They don't want you here. You guys can go to court. And
What are you
Judge
talking
might-
about?
Even if they're gay or black or whatever, huh? They can just go to court.
I told you, if they said, we want them banned because they're gay, we would say no. Or they
But if
say,
they-
we want them banned because they're exercising their
But,
constitutional rights.
but if
I
they
would
just
no.
say to
really?
you,
Well,
if they-
that's what.
Hold on.
Have you asked them what we're banned for then, Riggs?
I haven't.
That's part of the investigation to find out if it's even a legitimate ban in the first place.
For
Because
you, the investigation is you're logged as being trespassed since March 31st.
for what reason?
That's the thing.
Hold on a second.
We don't
It's
report
the same
anybody.
thing if the reason would have been that I'm black. That's an important reason that you could look at and say, hold on, library. Yeah, and
We
so
would
that's
probably
what
be
it
like,
is.
No, that's not right.
The First Amendment is why I'm banned from here. Have they told you the reason why?
The way
The reason
you-
why they're
the
not
way
telling
you-
you is because that's the reason. Why aren't you asking them?
You're telling me that.
Why aren't you asking them what the reason
hold on.
is? Why didn't you ask them?
You're skipping the fact that the ban is based on the protected activity that you can't do
It's not
anything
for
about.
yelling in there. It's not for blowing a horn and beating a
Judge
drum.
determines that ban was not lawful.
God, man,
There you
really?
go. Yeah.
Really?
I'm not a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a
That's
lawyer.
the out that you guys use? You're not a lawyer, so you can't understand that their ban is based on something unconstitutional. So you're just going to go ahead and issue a citation and send somebody for the ride, right?
Well, not send them for a ride. You can go to court.
Do you not?
That's sending
do you
for a
not
ride,
know
bro.
what the ride
That's
is?
sending for a ride, man.
Somebody goes to court pro se. What happens? They get convicted.
The
How
fact-
do
the
they
fact
avoid
you-
getting convicted? They pay for a lawyer. Do you know how much fucking money I'm out lawyers because you guys decided to send somebody for a ride when it was just somebody saying something and there was no crime? Do you know how bad that is for the community? Both of you. I'm getting upset with it now because you guys are
You're
acting.
saying you want to show up tomorrow and take the ride, as you call it, because you want to be out more.
Because I'm wanting to stop you
Just-
guys from doing this to others.
Well,
And
all
if
right.
it takes me taking the ride to stop it, then that's what I'm willing to do. But you guys need to understand you can't just throw people off of public property for constitutionally protected activity.
All right, we didn't.
Horse you fucking did.
Yeah, you are.
Horse
You
you
are.
did. That's
Just
throwing
trespass
somebody off.
for constitutionally
Michael.
fucking protected activity. Do you not understand that? You're a fucking moron, Riggs. You've talked a circle jerk with me for 20 fucking minutes, and you can't understand that I allowed you to talk enough to know that you understand this, and you're talking a circle jerk to maintain your fucking qualified immunity, and you're protecting her because now you're fucking lieutenant's bars. If you give her an order, she's off the hook. Yeah, I know exactly what the fuck is going on, Riggs, and it's shameful fucking behavior, and you need to keep the Constitution alive, motherfucker. You're a piece of shit for the little circle jerk to play. You're a piece of shit for the little circle jerk to play. You come and write my fucking citation yourself tomorrow. I want you to come write my fucking citation tomorrow. Come write my fucking citation tomorrow, Riggs, yourself.
All right, Michael.
What Officer Riggs has already said a couple times is that if the library staff wants us to make you leave the building, we will comply with their orders and act as their muscle men to force you off the property. We don't care about the reason, and we're not going to investigate to find out what the reason is. So they're willing to put freedoms and lives on ice simply from the order of the library staff, whether it violates rights or not. And this whole you can work it all out in court thing,
You guys can go to court.
is just bogus. People wouldn't have to have their time or their money stolen from them in court if the cops simply made the right decision at first and took the right actions. Work it out in court is just like saying, I don't write the laws, I just enforce them. You can't separate yourself from your own criminal actions and put it off on somebody else. And it is criminal to force an innocent person into a system that he shouldn't be in the first place. Now, there is a follow-up video to this, and if you want me to cover it, let me know in the comments section. I'll leave the dreaded rabble rouser and Lawrence accountabilities links in the description. If you visit them, let them know Here's the Deal sent you. I'll see you in the next video.